We all know this guy. He's a good friend, actually. Very, very cool guy. I've known him for a few years, and it was interesting. I'd known him, but I never knew what he had gone through. And a lot of people that you may know in life, that you may be friends with or you see at work, you don't know their backstory.
No.
You don't know what someone has gone through to get where they are today. He's got a book out. It's called When I Woke Up. You can get it from whenIwokeup.com or good bookstores, all right, which we're going to tell you about very soon. Please welcome Paul Evans. Good morning.
Yay!
Too kind.
Do you like that?
He's shy. I've never seen you shy before.
Shy.
This is amazing.
It's taken me 6 years to get here. I had to write a book to actually get on your show. Spent 3 years writing a book, so you'd let me on.
Paul, yeah, exactly. Paul's been trying to get on the show for a bunch of reasons.
Forever, yeah.
I always go, no, Paul, no, Paul. But
come
then he does this book, and it's remarkable, and it's already one of the top-selling books in the region, so congratulations,
Yeah,
man. Well done.
Yeah.
Really well done.
Yeah, thank you.
Written by Carolyn Co., who is a good friend of yours, and you guys spent, I think you said 3 years writing this
3
book.
years from start to finish, yeah.
It's called When I Woke Up.
Yeah.
What's the premise?
It's my life story, really. It's how I've managed to overcome different adversities throughout my life, whether it was struggling as a dyslexic school child. I had quite a serious illness when I was 29, when I spent 3 months in a coma, about a year of my life recovering. And then I lost my whole business in Egypt, jumped on an aeroplane and flew to Dubai. Long story short.
Okay, so there are a lot of things that we need to
Which
discuss
one
in
do
this.
you- Which one do you want to pick?
Yeah.
So listen, when you get a good story like this, and you hear a good story, you hear the lows, and then you see the highs. Right now, he's the owner, the MD of Solutions Leisure, which, if you don't know, they own Lockstock. They own Q43.
Yeah.
What else do you guys own?
Asia. Coma Cafe.
Karma Cafe.
STK.
Quiz. You can name all of them. You win a night out with Kris Fade.
So you've really gone from Wave House in the Atlantis, which is beautiful. You've gone from really losing everything, being in a coma for 3 months now. This is a part of now we don't want to give the whole book away. The book is called When I Woke Up, but you and I were talking. This is just personally. We were just talking about when he was in a coma, and I started asking a lot of questions about when you're in a coma, and he touches on this in a book. Yeah. Can you explain to everyone listening right now, and to Pretty and Rossi, when you were in that coma for 3 months, what was going on?
I'd get up in the morning. I'd get in my car. I'd go to work. I had a full-time job. I hung out with my friends. I hung out with work colleagues. I'd go home. I'd have a shower. I'd have something to eat. And I lived a completely normal life for over a year, living in Singapore, selling virtual reality software.
In your head.
This is what he was.
This is what you believed.
We don't know whether it was in my head or not. But yeah, I was not.
Oh my gosh.
I was off in another world. I was in Singapore I lived a year of my life.
He lived a year in those 3 months. He lived a year in Singapore, and he says you remember what car you were driving, what color tires you were putting on.
I remember the registration of the car. I remember the color of the tiles in my shower. I remember the central kitchen that I had in my house, because I always wanted one of those.
So
the roads I drove to, the business park that I went to work in, the people I worked with. 1 full year.
Have you been to Singapore before?
My father took me when I was 12, yeah.
Have you been since the coma?
No, I'm going early part of next year. I promised myself as soon as I finished the book, I wanted to go back and actually see whether I was in Singapore.
Yeah, because imagine if the stuff that you were, when we were in the coma, like the roads, imagine, I don't know, I mean, I would look up that registration car and just see what that car plate is.
Honestly. Yeah, it was a black Jaguar.
That's it.
Because my father had a Jaguar as a child. Widgie 135 was the registration.
What was it?
145.
That's unbelievable. So
that's just crazy. So you've lived a year of your life, and you have the memories.
Yeah, when I woke from the coma, and obviously I woke on my 29th birthday. I got trapped in a virtual reality software game. Came out on my birthday. My whole family were around my bed. 29th birthday, and then it took me probably about a week to realise that I had been ill and that I wasn't in Singapore and I'd not been pulled out of my other world, and my father died in my dream and I'd buried him in the dream. It took me 4 or 5 days to you're not my dad. This is not here.
Oh my gosh.
So then there's little handwritings from when I first woke up. And I've actually written, are you my parents? Because
oh my gosh,
I've lost a year of my life.
You flatlined in hospital. The heart had stopped. Everything had stopped.
Yeah. I watched the doctors restart me.
You watched the doctor. Hold on a second.
Just wait, say that again. You watched the doctors.
I watched the doctors restart my heart. Yeah.
From where?
Somebody from the corner of the left corner of the room. literally watched down, and somebody put me there to make me realise what a second chance I was about to be given. So yeah, I watched the whole thing. I watched the whole of the operation as well.
What?
Yeah,
it's remarkable. And if Paul wasn't a mate of mine, I'd tell him, like, if I was hearing this on the radio, this guy's having us on.
It's like, get out of here.
Like, he was in a coma for 3 months and he was living in Singapore, and then he was telling me stuff like that. But the fact that I've known Paul for a good 5 years, like, it's like, wow, it's like man, this is really legit.
The detail that you go into as well, like, you know everything, every little detail about it, right?
How did you fall into the coma for 3 months? What was happening there?
I'd been partying a little bit too hard. So I used to work for a bank, and then I went to Egypt to be a diving instructor for a year. Had a little bit too much fun in a bar one evening. Agreed to lend somebody $6,000 and then invested in a bar. And that was how I came into the restaurant and bar industry. And then enjoyed that lifestyle for about 18 months.
A little bit too much. Well, you literally went too hard at the pancreas.
I got acute pancreatitis. Yeah.
And then that puts you straight into the coma for 3 months. You flatlined.
It has a mortality rate of about 80%. Wow. So I am extremely lucky. Very blessed guy.
What did your family tell you while you were in the coma? Like, what was them? Because obviously you're in this state where, in your mind, you're in Singapore.
Yeah, I'm living a normal life.
And they were just coming in, seeing you.
My father never left my bed.
Really?
Yeah, he never left my bed.
What does it feel to have a second chance? Because obviously a lot of people, you don't want people to experience it, but at the same time you do want people to experience, because it's a life-changing moment.
An absolute life-changing moment. I went from a person I didn't particularly like to suddenly starting to see life in a completely different way, living my life properly, proper ethics, proper morals, and it took me from one momentum to the next momentum, and yeah, it was the best thing that ever happened to me. I'm thankful for it every day.
It's a really interesting story. We've only touched on probably 10% of what the book's about. It's written by Caroline Coe, a fantastic writer as well. And it's a story about Paul Evans, who joins us in studio. From being on his deathbed in a coma for 3 months to now being the managing director of Solutions Leisure, which I know you guys have visited. You've gone to Q43 before. You've gone to Lockstock. You've gone to Asia, STK. You've been to any of these establishments. Paul and his team are the guys that created all this. It's When I Woke Up. That's what the book's called. WhenIWokeUp.com. I've got a signed copy. I think you guys are. I think
they're
you're
going to get some. Yeah,
I can't wait to read it.
Yeah, and congratulations. You're in Kazakhstan now as well, right? Yeah,
somewhere near there.
Yeah, near enough. Another outlet.
Good on you, mate. When I Woke Up, go to WhenIWokeUp.com, grab the copy, or go to Amazon. It's in that Kinikuniya, what do you say? Kinikuniya bookstores.
Yeah, you got it right.
There we go.
Say it.
And if you're flying out at the airport, I just flew out. I saw it front and center at the bookstore. So go get your copy, Paul. Good to call you a friend. Even better to have you on the show this morning. Thank you
so much, guys. It's been awesome.
Paul Evans, When I Woke Up.
Hey, it's Sheena, back with a 104-minute hit wave from 10 a.m. kicking off with 2.
Virgin Radio.